Welcome viewers, here we are, Crawls, back again. Mate, and you are looking dead set resplendent.
Thank you.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
So it's Sir Doug Nicholls' round this week
Of course.
in the AFL, which is obviously the celebration and acknowledgement of our Indigenous players and the elders past and present.
Absolutely.
So it's a fantastic round of footy. I love all the jumpers; they're just magnificent. So I thought I'd don the Adam Goods Talent Program shirt that I got a couple of years ago when I went to from a diversity championships.
But they always say that Goodsy can spot talent, and then that's only the talented ones he gives the shirts to, mate. So yet again, Goodsy, bang on.
Thanks very much, mate. Thanks very much. And just while we're on the Indigenous round, congratulations to the Sawtell Junior Saints.
Absolutely.
Last Sunday they did their Indigenous round games again, and it was fantastic. They had Robbo out there doing his dances and the welcome and all that sort of thing, and it was absolutely magnificent. And everyone I spoke to out there on the day was learning lots. Really appreciated all the education they were getting, the acknowledgement of the Indigenous players from Sawtell and within the community, and yeah, it was just a ripping day.
Yeah, mate. I think that's the third year in a row now that Sawtell Juniors have done that, and they do a really fantastic job. I think it's gone from strength to strength. I've heard it described as being a highly successful day by Matt Anderson, but it is. And I'm with you. I think one of the things that I really like about it is particularly when Robbo gets down there and gets the dances. The kids who are involved in that are boys who play footy for the club, and it's great to see. Young Aboriginal fellas learning about their culture and sharing it with others, which is great. So
yep, terrific.
We've also got, speaking of matters Indigenous, mate, we've also in conjunction with the Sir Doug Nicholls round and the Marn Group game, Sydney v Carlton down at the SCG on Friday night. We've got about 50 group of 50 from our local Clontarf academies and the girls' academies going down there. So big shout out to them. Hope they really enjoy the day and get a lot out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they will. It's great to get them involved in our terrific sport, and a few of the girls particularly have come along and joined the Macleay Valley Eagles to play with their youth girls team this year, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, loving it.
Looking back at last week, mate, I was at Elm Oval for the demonstration game up there for the ladies, which was fantastic. First time that a group of women from the Clarence Valley have pulled on the magnificent Tigers jumper.
Oh.
To have a game of footy. Unfortunately, they didn't get to sing the song. They did struggle a little bit against the Coffs Breakers, but it was fantastic to see. And a few shout outs. Lily Doyle, obviously, she was
Quality.
Yeah, absolute quality. She took a couple of pack grabs that were just unbelievable, and the Coffs women, just because they hadn't seen Lily play before, many of them, so that was incredible. But a couple of shout outs to Liz Stanford, Mrs.
Footy.
Luke's wife and Ainsley Pope, who works at South Grafton Public School. So I've known Ainsley for a number of years. I won't suggest when Ainsley was born, but she's not that much younger than you and I, and she was unbelievable. So congratulations to her and all the ladies at the Grafton Tigers for being the trailblazers and pulling on the jumper.
You mentioned South Grafton Primary for Ainsley. I've heard whispers that Dan Zarchek might have had her out in the playground in the lunchtime. Any truth to that? Can you confirm tonight?
I'm not sure, but knowing Zarchek, he doesn't mind coaching, so
absolutely,
he'd be all over it, I reckon. So congratulations to all those women.
No, terrific. Yeah, 21 ladies there. That's a fantastic start for women's footy up in that area. Another game, obviously this Saturday.
Yep.
Which I think we'll probably touch on a little bit later on.
Yep.
But another great chance for women to get involved. It's certainly looking promising for next year and beyond.
Absolutely. Now I need to talk about the Force, mate.
Force. Yeah, so again, the week that's happened, it's been a big week for the North Coast Force. Matt, Yoda, Anderson, all across it, leading us beautifully. So we had a training session / trial last Friday here in Coffs for the junior teams, 13s, 15s, 17s youth girls, and then down to Port Macquarie on Monday night for the same sort of a setup. Great to see all the kids getting out there and putting their names forward for the Force. Particularly huge turn up for the under 13s. I think we've got about 50 kids registered for that, so good luck to the guys who are picking that team. Glad it's not me. But then also we've had our selectors out and about wearing the dark glasses, the hat pulled down low to watch the senior games, men's and women's. and the Brains Trust there, the men and the women, have come up with probably around about 35, 36 names in each of those who've been invited to come into a session next Thursday night, which will be a bit of a trial, and we'll narrow down from there to our final teams for the rep fixture on 23rd of June.
Yep, absolutely. Looking great. And the junior fixture, they've obviously got Saturday week out at Tamworth on the long weekend, 9th of June. They've got their first game out there, terrific as well. So that's great.
Yeah, it'd be great. We really, I suppose what we learned from last year is that, 2-day carnival, and the kids are really hitting their stride by the end of it because we have limited opportunity to play together as teams. So we've managed to sneak that extra little opportunity in there to go out to Tamworth, help those guys out. They're really pushing hard to start junior footy and junior rep teams. So hopefully that gives them a boost along, but hopefully it gives our kids a good run too.
Absolutely. So juniors this weekend, mate, the crossover round, second one of those, which is terrific. Under 13s down at Port Macquarie, which will be great. Great deck down at Wayne Richards Park, so that'll be sensational. And then Southwest Rocks, the Dockers, get the wholly under 11s.
Yeah, just got off the phone to Mark Plummer. He guarantees me that the weather will be absolutely perfect.
Always
the deck will be
is
in
at the
top
Rocks.
condition, and that the beer will be cold in the country club afterwards. So
Ideal, good club there.
hopefully not for too many 11-year-olds, I guess.
Nah, probably not, but nice place to go and have lunch afterwards. They're a good
fantastic.
sponsor of the club, so I think that's ideal.
Yeah, but real success story this year. The Dockers, first year of existence, obviously. They're hosting the round here. They've got parents coming out of the woodwork wanting to help, which is absolutely perfect, exactly what we want to see. And teams perform well in the park. So good luck to them. Hope the day goes really well for them. And then, as you say, 13's down at Port. Should be another great day down there. Great facilities at Wayne Richards Park.
Yep.
Plenty of kids, plenty of smiles on their faces. What's footy's all about.
Absolutely. I see we're running out of time, mate, so we haven't got that much room left on the tape. So we'll need to whip through the senior footy here. The Breakers hosting Port Macquarie up at Fitzroy Oval. So funnily enough, we're round
7.
Round 7. And the Breakers women, I'm told by my daughter, are going to play their first home game this week.
Yeah, wow, that's an interesting turn of events as far as the draw's concerned, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just their home game so far have been against Grafton.
Yeah.
Just the way it panned out, and just interesting that So obviously with the Grafton women not having a team, they haven't played at home yet. So the Breakers, I'm sure they're looking forward to that, and they'll be hosting Port Macquarie. So that should be a good game in all grades. Port 17s are probably the team to beat.
Yes.
But Breakers are probably the second best, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes with Port having to travel up. Rezzies will be a good contest. Both clubs with good numbers at the moment there, which is great.
Scenario, yep.
Women's game should be good. Port on the back of their win over Sawtell last week.
Big win.
But the Breakers having a nice confidence boosting women against the Grafton Tigers women last week. It should be good footy. And then the seniors game should be a great one as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I would imagine that the captain of the team of the decade, Mr. Bragiri, probably used the game up at Grafton to try a few new combinations and so on. So hopefully that gets the Breakers that bit closer to the first win. So, but from there, we've got Grafton against Sawtell.
Yep.
Grafton having a tough season. Sawtell, obviously, I think, to be honest, would be exceeding expectations. But Grafton's best performance of the year so far this year has been against Sawtell at Elm Oval. So
they continue to get numbers back too. I was talking to Buff Curtoys up there, and he looked a little uneasy. I said, "What's wrong, mate?" And he said, "Oh, I've actually got to tell 5 blokes they can't play today," which it hasn't sort of been something that's happened at Grafton for a while.
Yeah.
And he also said he had 5 or 6 expected back this week, so could be in a situation where close to 10 players at Grafton won't get a game. Which obviously means that they're going to be picking a stronger team than they've had on the park for a long time. So it should be a good game up there, I think. If Sawtell go expecting to win easily, I think they could get a shot.
You've put me to it, mate.
Sorry,
Exactly
mate.
what I was going to say. No, beautifully done. Two great minds.
And finally, mate, some great talent, female talent news. The under-18 youth girls squad, I think they've got their first game this weekend. So
Against Tassie?
I believe so.
Yep.
Down at Blacktown. So Georgia Breward, Alani Eddy and Lou Doyle all getting a run down there. So they'd be names that people are well aware of. And they'll have a game of footy for their state this weekend, which is really exciting.
Yeah, great. Couple of games against Tassie, I think, and then possibly getting picked in the Allies team to go to a national championship. So good luck to the girls. Hope they go well and do as proud as they always do.
Ideal. Look forward to seeing everyone at the footy this weekend. Enjoy your weekend.
See you, viewers.